Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home. I got a nice review to do for you today. I haven't actually reviewed a movie from this studio yet, but today's was a really exciting one. This just came out. It's Night of the Living Dead from the Criterion Collection. This is their brand new release that they've been working on for a long time, completely restoring the original film to a new 4K restoration. This is just a standard Blu-ray, but it was restored at 4K, so if Criterion ever makes the move to 4K down the line, they have that option. But right now, a really cool release, lots of great stuff. I'll unbox the whole thing. There's a nice little package here. It's a digibook package, so we'll talk about special features. We'll talk about the transfer, the audio, all the extra stuff that comes with this. But without further ado, let's play that intro before we jump into it. So guys, a lot of you may know this, but Night of the Living Dead has had a really tough time on physical media. So there were a couple DVD releases, there were a million VHS releases, there were even 10, I think maybe 12 Blu-ray releases across the world. And basically, because it ended up in the public domain, anybody who wanted to could make a release of this movie. So some of them are really bad, some of them were pretty good. I have a Japanese edition on Blu-ray that I was using before this, which was pretty solid and probably the best one I've seen until Criterion came along. So I just watched this real quickly, and the new 4K transfer is incredible. I mean, it looks like any other film that was done during that time period with professional equipment, where this was kind of put together on a shoestring budget by George Romero, who at the time nobody knew, and John Russo and a couple other people in Pittsburgh who were just kind of on a shoestring budget, just making whatever they could, and it turned into this classic movie that spawned a whole genre about zombies. So it's amazing how well they made this look. They found those original elements, they went back, restored them all, and Criterion is just top of the class when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm glad they got their hands on this and did such a great job. You're not going to find a better release. So if you're looking for this, you're going to see Night of the Living Dead. It could be on sale for $8. There's one from Umbrella Entertainment in Australia. That's a cheap one, but not that great. There's a Japanese one that you can find, which is solid, but there's still nothing compares to this. Nobody's ever gone back and done a full restoration like Criterion did. And so I can't say enough good things about the picture quality here. It is in a 1:33 aspect ratio, which basically means you're gonna have black bars on the left and the right, which a lot of older movies have, and that's the way it was filmed and that's the way it was meant to be shown. So there's nothing wrong with that. It keeps the source material correct. So it's not widescreen. It's more of a boxed 4:3 kind of aspect ratio than widescreen. But still great picture quality. It's as crisp as anything I've ever seen from this time period. And to be able to find a film like this that really just didn't have the same budget as anything else and wasn't preserved in the same way and was almost lost to time a little bit, the original cut, and was always being pieced together. They put all the best pieces together into this, and they put out an incredible release. So a little bit about the audio on this. This is a mono track, so you're basically just going to get play out of your center speaker. It's a one speaker track, not even a two, but that's the case with a lot of older movies, unless they've been restored. Criterion likes to keep the original sound because that's the way the directors intended it to be. So in this release, they do keep the mono track, but it's been completely restored again from original elements. George Romero, before his passing, he looked over the sound design, looked over the 4K restoration. He was heavily involved in this, as was John Russo, who's a producer on this film. So all the original team was heavily involved. They wanted to make this the absolute best release they could and finally put out a definitive release on Blu-ray of what they pictured their film being when they first shot it and showed it in theaters. And so the audio is very solid. The soundtrack is really pretty old school but creepy. A lot of good sound effects. I mean, it's cheesy. It's a shoestring budget movie from the late 60s, so it's gonna be kind of goofy at times, and there's some cheesy sound effects, but it's a really great movie just from a historical standpoint because of all it stands for. And I can't, again, the audio, 5 out of 5, picture, 5 out of 5. I mean, it's a perfect release considering what we've gotten in the past. So if you know Criterion Collection, you know that they come loaded with special features, and this is no different than any of their other releases. It is packed full of them. There are 2 commentary tracks on this. There's a ton of interviews with the filmmaking team, cast and crew. There's actually, on this same disc, there's Night of the Anubis, which is the work print version of Night of the Living Dead. So this is like when they were in the editing room and they had this first kind of completed film before it went wide release to theaters and started getting spread around. They have that original cut on here. They have some old 16 millimeter dailies from the shoot. I mean, it's just loaded with tons of great stuff. There's some good essays. People like Frank Darabont, and I'm trying to think who else was in it, and now like Robert Rodriguez, Guillermo del Toro. They all have interviews in here talking about, you know, the film and its impact on the horror genre and what it means to them. I mean, it's loaded. It's a 2-disc feature, so the first disc has a couple of commentary tracks and other things, and the second disc is just full of special features. I mean, it's everything you could ever want. If you're really into this movie, you're going to be completely covered here. So now if we want to dive into the actual packaging, you do have a digibook packaging. It's got some really nice artwork on the cover here that was custom done by an artist. I'm blanking on his name, but I'll try to tag him down in the description. He did a great job with the artwork. And then you have the digibook packaging, so you've got a slipcase here, and then you're going to have basically this, not a case necessarily, but kind of just this folding book style cover for the discs. You're going to have disc 1 and disc 2, as you can see. Again, some more artwork on the case here, which is really cool. But then you also get with this a poster, which Criterion does with a couple of their movies. If you have Dazed and Confused, I think Godzilla might come with them. I'm not sure, but you have a poster here from the movie, and then on the back of the poster is the essay. Almost all their films come with an essay from an important critic or a historian, and so that's completely on the back. This folds up, it's right inside the case, slips in nicely. I had no issues getting it in and out. So really nice artwork, nice poster, 2-disc set, you can't go wrong with that. The slipcase is really nice. So overall, a really great package, great job by Criterion here. So one other thing, guys, that I have, and it's in my collection, doesn't come with this release, so don't expect this, but I want to show it off since we're talking Night of the Living Dead. A while back, I was talking to John Russo. I connected with him on LinkedIn, and we went back and forth about Night of the Living Dead, and I was trying to really figure out for an article I was writing at the time whether he was going to get the Criterion release going. I knew he was involved, and we went back and forth talking about that a little bit. But what ended up happening was I found out that he sold scripts of Night of the Living Dead, and he actually sent me one. So this is really cool. This is the original, like I said, the Anubis, the original screenplay that became Night of the Living Dead, signed right here by George Romero. So he got a bunch of these done. There's only 1,000 copies, so it's a limited edition, but George signed it, and then John Russo signed it down here. It is the entire script from the movie with their notes. You know, everything was copied exactly as it was when they were working on it. So this is really cool. I have number 837 out of 1,000. So at this point, they're probably sold out, but I know he sells them on his website. So you could, you know, if you're interested in this, go check. It's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, but a really cool piece of movie history that I keep with my collection. And I'm really excited to put this with my Night of the Living Dead, finally, Criterion Blu-ray release. Alright guys, that's about it for Night of the Living Dead. I just wanted to show this off. I was really excited when they first announced this. I immediately went and pre-ordered it on Amazon, got a great price. And actually today, if you're watching this video on the day I post it, today was the Criterion flash sale, 50% off, and the Barnes & Noble one will be coming up soon as well. So you can get this for about $20, which is just a great price for a classic movie, and it comes with all the great extras. I mean, it's well worth the $20. So I highly, highly recommend picking this up. If you're a horror fan and you haven't seen this, then you need to see it first of all, but then you need to buy this Blu-ray. This is the only one you should have. There's gonna be a lot of them out there. There's gonna be a ton of different versions. You may have a VHS version you really like. That's cool, keep them, but this is gonna be the best you've ever seen this film. This is the one you have to have. Alright, so thanks for watching that video. Hopefully gonna have more Criterion content soon. Like I said, the flash sale was today, and I put in a pretty big order, so I'm gonna be running through what I got from that order when it comes in. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. We're up over 850 subscribers now. We're really trying to make that push to 1,000. So definitely hit the subscribe button. That helps me out big time. Like this video, share it with your friends, share it on Facebook, post it on Twitter. Throw up a link on Instagram, you know, wherever you can. Just share the video, spread the word. I appreciate that. Then make sure you find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm going to leave some links down in the description where you can find me, follow me on there, say hi. I just talked to a couple of you guys this week actually who followed me after my last video and said what's up, so thanks for doing that. And yeah, I always have great videos coming. I have some more stuff you'll see here on the end screen. There'll be a couple suggestions up here, subscribe button, all kinds of stuff you can click on. I'm just gonna leave this running for a second because I don't have an outro yet, but I have the intro. So yeah, definitely click around, watch some other reviews. Go check out my Criterion Collection video if you're looking for some suggestions on the 50% off sale. I go through my whole collection and talk about what I like, so definitely check that one out. But again, thanks for watching, guys. This was Night of the Living Dead. So excited about this one. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later.